Alright guys, it's that time of year again. We're doing our top 10 games for 2019. And this was a great year for games in general. There were so many great VR games that were released, so many great Switch games that were released, so many great games in general across all platforms. This was my hardest list I ever had to make as far as games go. So let's go ahead and get into my top 10 games for 2019.
Gaming tech, eating brekkie is the gaming tech. Going for a recce is the gaming tech. Gaming techie is the gaming tech. Gaming techie.
Welcome guys, it's that time of year. It's my top games for 2019 across all systems, across all platforms, whether that includes the Switch, Xbox, PS4, even VR, anything across the board is included on this list if it actually is worthy to be on my top 10 list. So we're not going to delay this video any further. Let's go ahead and dive right into our top 10 game of the year. And at number 10 we have Pokémon Sword and Shield for the Nintendo Switch. Now, I've been playing this game for a while now on the Switch ever since I got it a couple of weeks ago, and I've been having a blast with this game. I know that this game was really controversial and stuff like that with a lot of people because the full Pokédex wasn't in the game, and everybody wanted all the Pokemon in there, and that I would want that too, but it's not going to deter me away from how great this game looks. This is their first port to an actual true home console as opposed to always being on a dedicated handheld like the 3DS or the DS and stuff like that. And the graphics definitely look much better than what they used to. You have a whole different region to explore. And, exploring that region is so much fun. And then they added the wild area where you can go online and meet people and, take down have raids and stuff like that with others to meet up with people. So they did add some stuff onto here. But it obviously still sticks to the same Pokemon formula. But you obviously have all new Pokemon. And there's still some of the Pokemon that you do know in here. From the Gen 1, Gen 2, and stuff like that do appear in here. But obviously is not everyone from the Pokédex is obviously in here like people wanted. But I'm having a blast with this game. I have not really any complaints. The only thing I would say is obviously, hopefully they take the next step and make it even better for when they continue to make now their second port on a home console. Maybe we'll get a full 3D open world like Zelda of Pokemon, which would be freaking awesome as well. But Pokemon on the Nintendo Switch at my number 10. At number 9 is a game that I actually never played the first and the second one when it first came out. I only played it here on recently when this one came out because I thought it was about that time to finally get into this game because I am such a big Disney fan in all ways, shapes, and form. And, of course, I'm talking about Kingdom Hearts 3 on the PS4. And like I said, I never played the first and the second one when it first came out, and I'm glad that I finally was able to play it, and then I dived into the third one, and I loved every minute of it. I love the story. It's hard to follow it, like everyone said, but it is, the story's there. It's fun, especially if you're a Disney fan. Going through all the worlds for all of the Disney-related characters, seeing all of them on screen, interacting with each other, going through, like, the 6 worlds that are in the game, like Frozen and stuff like that. It's just a hell of a lot of fun if you're a Disney fan and being in those environments and getting, just lost in those spaces and stuff that you grew up with since you were a kid all the way up till now. And like I said, I'm just a really big Disney fan, and this game is like a matrimony in heaven for me. And I can't believe it took me this long to finally actually play this game, because, I never played it when it first came out on the PS2 or anything like that. And I finally was like, when the PS3 version came out, I was like, alright, I really need to give this game a chance finally. And I'm so glad I did, because obviously it made my number 9 of the year. And the graphics are outstanding in this game. If you're a Disney fan, you owe it to yourself to play this game if you're a fan of Disney and obviously the property in this game. This is like a harmony in games. You don't really get that often in gaming, and I think they did a fantastic job. And I'm excited to see if they ever do any more in the future, but I'm really happy with the 3 games that I played, and of course with Kingdom Hearts 3. So that is Kingdom Hearts 3 at number 3 on the PS4. The next one on my list is an exclusive on the Nintendo Switch as well. There's a lot of exclusives that came out that were really good on the Switch this year, and this one came to me by surprise. The reason being is because I'm not really the biggest action fan. I play action games, but it's not like my top genre that I play all the time. So obviously I'm talking about Astral Chain on the Nintendo Switch, and this is just one of the most unique games ever, and I shouldn't even be surprised at this point that this game is actually as good as it is, because Platinum Games was the one that developed it, and I'm a big fan of Platinum Games. They made so many of my great, favorite games that I play all the time. They made that great Transformers Devastation game. They made Bayonetta, obviously. Just a lot of really good games made by Platinum Games that they come out with, and this game is no exception. It's probably my favorite from them, and the control style and stuff is so unique. You obviously have your main character that you're controlling, and then you have the now I can't think of the actual name of the thing that they call that's sitting next to you and stuff in the game. It's eluding me. Too many games I've played now, I forgot what that thing is called. But basically, you have them on a chain next to you, and you can actually use them individually, so you're using one analog stick for the other, one for the other. And it's a really unique combat system that you're using. It takes some getting used to, but once you get into the flow of it, this is like an action game like you've never played before. The over-the-top action, the graphic style that Platinum Games is known for is all there as it's always been, and it's just a hell of a ride while you're playing this game, and it's nothing like... it's probably my favorite action game I've played in a long, long time. Like I said, I don't play a million of them, but I do play some of them, and this one definitely ranks as one of my favorites of not just this year, but in a long time as well. And that is Astral Chain on the Nintendo Switch at number 8. The next one on my list is an Xbox. I played on the Xbox. It's not on the Xbox, but it also exists on the Windows PC, being an Xbox exclusive, and it is from Remedy Games. And of course, we're talking about Control. Now, here's another studio that obviously, when Alan Wake came out, I was a big fan of Alan Wake. One of my favorite games that I played and have memories of on the 360. And this game came from them, and as soon as I saw it, I immediately knew I had to dive right in. When this first game came, when I saw the gameplay and I saw the style of it, and I was like, oh, this is Remedy at its core, and a game that I really want to get into. It reminds me a little bit of Alan Wake with the way that the gameplay style is, but obviously the story in this game, the action you're doing, mind controlling objects and stuff like that, pausing them and freezing them in midair and throwing them at people, is just so much fun, and the story is enriching, it's good, it's fun to play, and a really unique experience. And I think anybody who's a fan of Remedy games and those styles, especially if you're a fan of Alan Wake style games and stuff like that, you owe it to yourself to play this game. I don't even know what to say. The graphic style, like the artistic nature of this game and the style that it took is unlike any other games we usually get to play, and it's just, it looks outstanding on the Xbox One X, which is what I played it on. And, I had a great time playing this game, and it's easily one of my favorite games of the year, obviously, and because of graphics, because of art style, because of the control style, because of the uniqueness of the gameplay that you're going through and mending objects and stuff and pausing them and throwing them at you, all of that stuff really combines to a great package, and the story is really well done as well. So that is Control at number 7 on the Xbox One X. Keeping along with the Xbox exclusivity, I've been a fan of this game since it first came out on the original Xbox 360, and I've been playing it ever since. My wife is a huge fan of this game as well, and of course I'm talking about Gears of War 5. Gears of War 1, 2, and 3, I played every single one of those like crazy. Like, you have no idea how much I played those games. I obviously beat the story and all that stuff, all of that completed. Played multiplayer with my friends non-stop. Yeah. Gears of War 4 came along, and I definitely played the story. Obviously, I finished it, because it's obviously what you need to play Gears of War 5. But, and the story was pretty good. It wasn't outstanding, but it was pretty good. I liked it. And the multiplayer was good, but it was missing something that I really wanted from the game, so I didn't play it as much as the other ones did. It was still a phenomenal game regardless, but I just didn't play it as much as I thought I would. But Gears of War 5 takes that up a notch in every single way that I wanted the game to. There's just more of everything. There's co-op in the game. The story's much better than the other game. A lot more variety in the game, a lot more crazy, badass things happen in this game that Gears of War is known for, and they did a phenomenal job with that. And then, of course, we also have the multiplayer. I'm loving the multiplayer, and one of the main reasons of why I like multiplayer is actually a simple change, and that is the arcade mode that's in this game, because it allows you to flip through weapons and stuff like that while you're playing deathmatch and stuff with other people, use a variety of different weapons, pick stuff up, and it's just... And you're always inside the battle, you're always going through, you're not out of it like the round-based stuff, even though sometimes I do like to play it, but the arcade mode is just so much fun to play, easy to get into. As somebody who plays a lot of games in general, it's hard to get good at one specific game, so to be able to come in there and still have a lot of fun with the multiplayer, even if I'm not the best as everyone else has been playing it for months, is just outstanding, and the graphics, as always, blew me out of the water on the Xbox One X and the PC, which is why I rotate back and forth in playing those, and Gears of War 5 definitely renewed my faith in the studio from Gears of War 4. Like I said, it was great, but not as good as I wanted it to be, and Gears of War 5 changed all those expectations, and I'm loving the game, and I'm still playing it to this day. So that is Gears of War 5 on the Xbox One X at number 6. The next one on this list is a game that I didn't think would make this list either when this game got announced, because I don't usually put these games on here because they're never good enough to be on this list. They never take that extra step to let them put it on here, and this was the year of games like that for me. There's more games on this list that didn't actually make it that kind of follow this philosophy like Gears did and this one does, where something happened to it where it really put it over the edge for me this year that other years it just didn't do. And I'm talking about Call of Duty Modern Warfare. This game, you know, the story came out, everybody was talking about the story, how great it was going to be and blah, blah, blah. I played the story, and it is outstanding. What it puts you through, what you're listening to, the emotions you're going to feel throughout the story are outstanding, and I had a blast going through the story. And the graphics, I played this on PC, are freaking crazy. They look better than any other Call of Duty game I've ever played. Really rival some of the best games to this date with the new engine that they're using, and it looks outstanding as far as the single player goes. And then, of course, we come to the multiplayer. The multiplayer, for the most part, is more of the same on different maps and stuff, but it's more boots to the ground. You're not like flying in midair and stuff like that. You're not like going across buildings. It's more boots to the ground. But the new mode that they added, Gunfight, is my go-to mode in Call of Duty. I hope it's in every Call of Duty game from now on because I'm having so much fun with this mode, guys. Gunfight is basically a 2v2 mode. It puts you on 2v2. You go with a random person there or with a friend, and it's a close map, and you're just going in there, and every round you switch the weapons that you're using, and it's just a back and forth tug of war to the person who wins 6 rounds as fast as possible. And it's just crazy because sometimes you're down with just you, your partner dies, and then you take the other 2 guys out, and you're just hyped up. And then obviously you're down to the wire. It's round 5-5, and it's down to you and one guy, and you're just peeking around corners and whatever, trying to get this guy. And since the maps are so close quarters, there's not a lot of camping that you're used to in bigger maps, because once you know the maps, and it's easy to know the maps really well because they're so small, a lot of the camping stuff is not really as prevalent as they would be in multiplayer matches where you get killed from behind every 5 seconds. So this game mode really put it over the edge for me and made it be included on this list. I'm playing this game more than any Call of Duty game I think I've played since Call of Duty 2 came out, which I freaking loved that game. So that is Call of Duty Modern Warfare on PC or Xbox and all the other platforms, but I played it on PC at number 5. The next one on this list is a game that I've been playing a lot of, and not a surprise game that it's on this list, but I am surprised on how good it ended up being. I am a big Star Wars fan, guys. I have been now for the last few years. I did get into it late, but I just watched the new Star Wars movie, which was freaking awesome. I've been watching all the Star Wars stuff. I've been playing all the games. I have an arcade machine dedicated to Star Wars. You know, I'm loving all things Star Wars, basically. And this game, obviously, we're talking about Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order that came out from EA, was something that needed to really nail, because Battlefront 2 came out, and obviously we know the controversy between that game, and that game actually right now is freaking outstanding, FYI. So go buy that game if you haven't, because they fixed that game and added so much content to that game. It's great. But we're talking about Jedi Fallen Order here, and it's a single-player game, and we all were like, is EA going to be able to pull this off? Is it only going to be like a 4-hour story game? Is it not going to be as good? Are they actually going to take this game seriously? Well, I'm here to tell you that they did take this game seriously, and it's made by Respawn, so that's exactly why this game is as good as it is, because those guys always do phenomenal work, and they put all their hearts into this game, and it's I believe it's about 20 hours or so, 15 to 20 hours into an adventure, filled with side quests that you can do, filled with the main storyline, and it's obviously in the Star Wars lore as well, and I think they did a phenomenal job with the story. I'm having a lot of fun going through. I'm almost done with the game. I'm right towards the end of it, and the story that it's being told here is a lot of fun to listen to. It's fun that it's canon, obviously, and you actually know that it's actually part of it, and the graphics of me playing this on PC and switching on Xbox One X and going back and forth look outstanding on both platforms and really look really good on the PC, and they did a phenomenal job with this game. We finally got a Star Wars game that's a single-player adventure that's as good or comes close to it as some of the ones that came out, you know, over 20 years ago when those games were being made more prevalent than they do now. So if EA can just make a game like this again and take Star Wars seriously as much as they did this one, and also with Battlefront 2 how it is now, I think they will do fine with the Star Wars license, and I think most people will actually be happy. So I'm really happy how this game ended up turning out, and really happy as much fun as I'm having with this game, and going down as one of my favorite Star Wars games ever made, and that is Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order at number 4. The next game on this list, we're going back to the Nintendo Switch. And this is an exclusive on the Switch that I think hit everybody by surprise this year. We all knew it was going to be good, but it is damn freaking good at being number 3 on my list. And we're talking about Luigi's Mansion 3. Another game on this list, and I never actually played the first and the second one when it came out. I never played the first one on the GameCube. I never played the 3DS version, Dark Moon, but I really wanted to play this one and be like, all right, I need to jump on this one because everyone's talking about it. I want to see what I'm missing. And goddamn, the creativity in this game is literally through the roof. We all know Nintendo has some creative levels that they design in games and stuff like that, but this game is crazy with creativity. Every single hotel floor that you're going through in this place, each has a unique design. Each level is uniquely offering different things that the other one didn't offer before. You're going through, you're doing different things in each level. The aesthetic and all that is all different, and completely different between each level. And there's a lot of content in this game. Really unique gameplay that you find. And there's so many interactive things within each level too. Like, you know, you're in a level and you think, oh, I wonder if I could touch that stove and, like, you know, turn it on. And you turn it on, and it doesn't just turn on, but it actually does something gameplay related that actually gives you a reward for doing it or figuring it out or messing with things. The exploration in this game is really, really fun. And that's not even all the story. Then you got the actual multiplayer mode. You got, like, the one that you can do with 8 people, I believe. I don't know if it's 4 or 8 now. It's crossing my mind. I thought it was 8. Oh, it's 8 online. I don't know if it's 8 local, but it's definitely 8 online, where you can go in there and catch as many ghosts as possible within a time limit, get the highest score and stuff like that. And then there's a screen park as well, where you can go in there and do, like, 3 mini games that you can do relating to capturing ghosts and stuff like that with your friends. So the total package is outstanding. I'm obviously, being at my number 3, I'm really, really loving this game. I haven't finished it completely, but this is definitely one of my surprises of the year, with how good it is and the creativity within each level. I keep going back to that, but that's really what stands out in this game. Nintendo killed it with this game as far as creativity in the levels goes, and I'm really happy with this game, and I'm glad it's back, because it was a while since we got a Luigi's Mansion game. So, Luigi's Mansion 3. At my number 3. The next one on my list is a game that I had so much fun playing. I'm a big VR person, as you guys who follow me on this channel know how big of a fan I am of VR. You know, I do VR videos a lot. I have the PSVR, I have the Oculus Quest, I have the Rift S on the PC. I've had other ones in the past. And this game came out early in the year, and everybody was talking about it, and I was like, I really need to go buy this game immediately and go play this game and see if it's really as good as everyone's saying. And it really was. We're talking about Blood and Truth, an exclusive on the PSVR, a gem of a game that PSVR people have got. And this is a game that anybody who has a PSVR, you need to go buy this game immediately. This game is basically you being stuck in a James Bond film, basically, and you're going through, and you're literally in a top-end action game, going through all these levels. You know, you have 2 guns and stuff like that, shooting through things. You know, it makes you feel like you're jumping off helicopters, you're jumping through buildings. You know, you're doing all these crazy action sequences and stuff. The story being told is really good, and the motion capture in this game on the characters, with the way that their lips move and stuff, and the voice acting and stuff, are all freaking outstanding in this game, top to bottom. The adventure to this game and the quality of this game is AAA status. They did an outstanding game for VR with this one. And they even added some DLC content now, where there's actually some missions you can do after you beat the story. The story's about 6 hours long, and once you actually beat that, there actually is some time challenges you could do, that really add some replayability if you want to go back in certain levels and do them. And each level is different from each other, a lot of variety in the level design. Just outstanding VR. Like, I wish this game came to PC just to see, you know, how much better it would actually look, but it still looks outstanding on the PSVR. I just want to see how it would look even better on PC, obviously. But I'm really happy to own a PSVR just for this game alone this year. This game literally blew me away every single second. Had so much fun playing through it. Really felt like a badass throughout the whole entire game. Guys, check this one out if you have a PSVR. That's Blood and Truth at number 2. And the last one on my list is also a game that is VR related. And we're moving on over to the PC side. And this game was a game that we've all been waiting for in VR. For people who are either on PC or in the VR world, we've been waiting for a 30-plus hour game that we can just lose ourselves in, play a lot of hours in it, and not only just play a lot of hours, but not be, you know, samey, not be repetitive, and actually be doing different things and going through a full-on story. And we got what we wanted in Asgard's Wrath, an Oculus Rift or Oculus exclusive on their store, and they kicked it out of the park with this one. Sansarai Studios really nailed, or Sansarai Games, I believe is who they are. Sorry, I messed up the name there. But they killed it with this game. They are the same makers who made the Marvel Champions game, and even though that game I really liked, some other people didn't because it was really repetitive. But with this game, they definitely learned their lesson. There's no repetitiveness in this game. You know, you're going through a full 30 to 48 hour campaign story RPG game. It's really interesting. You know, it's a combat heavy game. You're using your swords and stuff like that, and the combat is so much fun to do. The exploration is cool. The environments are cool. The graphics are outstanding. Some of the best graphics you can get in today's world in VR, if not the best. And they killed it out of the park with this. And you're basically an overlord god, and you have 2 forms that you're taking. You can either encompass the body of somebody that you actually, you know, is part of your team, and you go in there and you're actually, you know, that's how you sword fight and stuff like that. But then you can get out of there be a god in your god form, and you're actually overlooking the whole entire level. And that's how you can open secret paths, see what's above, see what you're missing and stuff like that, to open secret passageways and stuff like that. Really cool stuff. The combat is so much fun. The story is really well done. The graphics are outstanding. Like I said, if not the best in VR, really close to being one of the best games in VR as far as graphics go. And it's an Oculus exclusive, guys. You could play it on other platforms if you use Redream, if you want to get into that, but it is on the Oculus store as a exclusive. So guys, that is my top 10 games for 2019. What are some of your favorite games for 2019? Go ahead and comment those down below. This is my personal list, and I had a lot of fun playing games this year. There was so many great games that came out this year that I actually have some honorable mentions, just really quick to go through. Destiny 2 Shadowkeep. I'm loving Destiny 2 still, and this Shadowkeep really, took it to the next level. They have made some great changes to it, and I'm loving that game to this day. Resident Evil 2 almost made my list, but I didn't put it on my list, and I had to shove it out just because it's a remake, and the best remake I think I've ever seen in my life. But that's the only reason it would probably been my number 11 as a big Resident Evil fan. So check that one out. Apex Legends, a game that I play all the time. Obviously, a new competitor into the field as far as Battle Royale goes. Having a lot of fun with that game. Plants vs. Zombies Battle for the Neighborhood. I love the Plants vs. Zombies series, and I've been playing this game and having a lot of fun with it. They made some good changes in this one as well. Love the graphic style in this game. So much fun to play. Really unique gameplay style with Plants vs. Zombies. So definitely check that one out if you're a fan of the other two. And the last one I'm going to mention here is Stormland for VR. Another great VR game that is actually also an Oculus exclusive as well. That just missed this list as well. Stormland is a really great game made as well. And you're basically in an open adventure. You do what you want. A robot, and you're going in, you're killing things, you're exploring and stuff like that. Really unique movement system and stuff like that. So another really good one, and looks outstanding as well. Top 2 games as far as how they look. So guys, that is my top 10 2019 list. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys have any questions about any of the games you saw here, as always, leave it down below. If not, thank you guys for watching. Till next time.
Gaming techie is the gaming tech. Gaming techie, gaming tech. Eating brekkie is the gaming tech. Going for a brekkie is the gaming